You feel it, you know it. D-Raw Productions.
Houston Sports Connoisseurs brought to you by
D-Raw. What's up, people? It's your boy D-Raw, the connoisseur, giving you another episode of the Houston Sports Connoisseurs podcast. I got Corey with me here today, as usual.
What's going on, people? Happy to be back once again.
Yep. So today we got a lot of things to go over. The usual though: college football, NFL sports, boxing, MLB, World Series, all the good stuff and all the sad stuff as well. Um, First, let's just go ahead and talk about week 9 of college football. Let's give our recap on that. Um, some schools just can't seem to get over hill. Some schools just continue to fight with pride. One of those schools, that made that move to the next level is Sam Houston. Still out there losing week in and week out, man. Took another loss to UTEP 37-34. One thing I can say about Sam Houston is that they continuously try, but just yet have to get over the hill.
Hey, that game was close, though. They took that one down to the wire, though. I was watching that one that night. They actually did all they could in that game. They just couldn't just finish at the last second, which is okay, though, because at least that lets the coach know that they're actually in there doing what they have to do to try to, get better, but they just didn't finish.
Well, look, they currently 0-8. Next week they take on Kennesaw State. If they can't beat them, bro, it's a problem, and I think that's gonna be the game where the coach might get fired if they can't knock that team off, because that's a team they should definitely beat.
Is that team that bad?
I mean, Kennesaw State, that's not even FBS football right there. That's FCS, you know what I'm saying, standards right there, man. They got to knock them dudes off, bro.
What is their record?
Kennesaw State, they 2-5. They ain't
Okay.
playing nobody, man. They FCS, bro. So if Sam Houston can't get their first win of the season against them, they got a big issue.
Oh, it could be just morale, though. You never know.
Uh, it might be a lot of things at this point. It is kind of crazy though, because didn't they get a lot of people to transfer there when they made the move up?
They had at least 60 people transferred up. That's what I'm trying to figure out what's really going on.
See, the thing about the transfer portal, bro, it's so tricky. You just really don't know what you're gonna get unless it's just a player that's been a standout and he decides to transfer, which is unlikely. Especially to transfer somewhere like that. So, yeah, it's real tricky though.
Well, hopefully they can get the win. But,
Hopefully.
Nothing is guaranteed. That's why we play the game.
Yeah, that's true. Hold up. Yeah, so we got number 1 Georgia that took on Florida. Man, I thought that was gonna be a good game. Carson Beck, he went for 315 in the passing. He did what he had to do. I'll tell you that. 43-20 victory for Georgia. Sadly, that game having so much camaraderie around it and stuff. You would think that you would get a better rival game on TV.
You ain't kidding. But I think, honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like this is Georgia's first test of the season. And they did good. But, I know this year I've noticed too, they have played down to their competition. So because of that, they make a lot of, mistakes. But they played good football over the weekend.
That's true. That's true. Um, Ohio State and Wisconsin took on each other. Ohio State won 24-10. But that game was actually really, really close. And I think I was pretty much right. That game was actually a lot more entertaining than Ohio State and Penn State.
Really?
To me, it was because Wisconsin actually put up a pretty damn good fight, bro. And to say the least, it was a really entertaining game.
But Wisconsin mostly puts up a good fight when they play like Ohio State, Michigan, things like that, because they trying to, get their name back out there too, trying to get some good recruits too. So if you can put up a good showing against them, you can at least keep your hometown, kids in the state.
Yeah, it's true. Washington took on Stanford. Washington won 42-33. That was a good game as well. Stanford, they have been surprising some teams so far this season. Colorado,
Oh, man, don't call them out. Don't call Hey, Coach Prime said they're going to live and learn from that. Colorado's been on the slump lately, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It just goes to show that Colorado ain't ready yet. They're a decent football team, but Washington, they staying consistent, bro. They doing what they got to do. But how you like that Oklahoma and Kansas game? Number 6 Oklahoma went into Kansas, took the L 38-33.
Hey, my big shout out is to Les Miles. He has really turned that program around.
Bro, I told you Les Miles is not the coach there no more.
Bro, he got fired, bro. Oh my God.
Nah, he's just Les Miles, man. Les Miles. Let's see. Les Miles is a former football coach that's sitting at home
retired
right now, and he on administrative leave, bro. Like he been gone, man.
Administrative leave. Oh man, I mean he probably did something. Or I ain't gonna jump the gun and say nothing negative like that. He probably just for health reasons. I'll do it like that.
Something.
But it's still his system though. So at least they buying into the system, whatever that system may be.
Yeah. Les Miles parted ways with Kansas back in March 2021, my boy.
Damn. And he been on administrative leave for 2 years? Oh, yeah, it's over.
He on something. He on retirement, I guess.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I like the upset over Oklahoma. It makes everything in the Big 12 a whole lot more interesting to say. As well as Kansas State, they dominated U of H 41-0. We'll talk about that in a minute, but that was disappointing on U of H part. Houston, Dana Hogerson, got to do better. BYU.
They need to part ways with him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bro. They need to do something. Something has to change. Something got to shake, goddammit. BYU went into UT. They got defeated 35-6. I was expecting a whole lot more out of BYU, to be honest, especially because they was like the only team coming from outside of the Big 12 into the new Big 12 and with a decent record. I thought they was gonna put up a good fight, but boy, did they not. 35-6, that ain't it.
35-6.
Hey,
didn't you say BYU had a chance?
Yeah, I really did. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the record, them being at the time it was 5-2. They had defeated Texas Tech the week before. They got their ass whooped by TCU 44-11, but they beat Cincinnati. They lost to Kansas. They beat Arkansas. They took out some solid teams. I mean, they beat Sam Houston, but who hasn't? They beat Southern Utah. Who is that? But hey, I thought they had a chance, bro, to make it competitive.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, I don't trust nothing that comes out of BYU.
Well, look, you know who else lost 35-6? I was highly disappointed.
Who?
Utah. They lost to Oregon 35-6.
I can expect that. Oregon is a very good football program right now. Utah is one of them teams, we're not top tier, but we're at least in the second tier in the Pac-12. Yeah, that's why I don't feel like...
Hey. How dare you say that about the school that gives everybody Dodge Rams? Huh? How dare you?
What? They give everybody Dodge Rams. Since when?
You didn't see that?
Oh man, I need to go be a unit.
All 85 players got a new Dodge Ram.
Man, what part of the NIL deal is that?
And you dare call them second tier Pac-12? How dare you?
Nah, they still second tier. Just because you can beat USC every year, that don't mean that you're good.
Hey.
Everybody can beat USC.
I ain't gonna say everybody.
Colorado could have did it, but they just gave up.
They didn't give up. They just started too late.
That too.
A couple other good games. Penn State, Indiana. Penn State, Indiana, 33-24. Penn State won the game. That was a real close game as well. A real entertaining game. Like I said, man, that Ohio State Penn State game wasn't all that good. It was cool, for the viewership, for the rankings and stuff. But these games this past week was a whole lot more entertaining. Penn State, Indiana was a good game.
Man, hey, you know what? Now Penn State, you're gonna get mad at me again. I feel like they're another tier 2 school too. Like, we already know Michigan, Ohio State, those are tier 1. Then you got Penn State, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And then everybody else just falls in the third tier.
I don't think they should be like a tier 2, bro. I think they should be like a tier 1A and a tier 1B, and maybe Penn State fall on the tier 1B. Because that's a pretty good school, bro. Football.
No. They have good lineage. I'm not saying that. Because at one point in time, they done won national title. But we talking about as of like right now.
They still up there though, to me. To me, they more got more prestige than USC at this point.
Well, we talking about Big Ten though.
I know we talking about Big Ten. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they got a little bit more prestige.
All right, let's do the breakdown. If you had a chance, I'm talking about you a 5-star recruit. 5 stars. Penn State come knocking at your door, offer you a full ride, guaranteed to start. Then Ohio State comes in, offers you a full ride, but you can't start the first year. You got to sit a year and then start. Which one you taking?
Well,
which one you taking?
I'm just saying, bro. Me being biased, I'm gonna ride with Ohio State. But overall, I mean, I'm gonna take Penn State, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Because you saying you biased. All right. So if you had to choose out of Penn State and Michigan, which one would you take?
Now that's a toss up.
Because now I ain't make it better. Both of them say you can start day 1. No red shirt. You all the way in. You true freshman. Full ride.
Penn State or Michigan.
And they both giving you the top-notch NIL deal. They both giving you $5 million a year.
Probably Michigan.
So once again,
no, I'm just saying, I don't know.
You gave Penn State all this credit and you didn't choose them.
I'm just thinking about the history,
and the crazy
bro.
part is the time that I thought you really would choose Penn State because you love Ohio State.
I do, but that's why I said bias me.
You chose Michigan. That is Ohio State's hated rival.
I know, but I don't know, bro. I'm just comparing the two schools. I think I'll probably go to Michigan before I go to Penn State.
Oh man, that boy said he would choose his hated rival. Man,
I mean, you get to play in the big house every week. You get to wear that blue and yellow. I mean, color scheme look a little bit better. I think it'll really just come down to what I seen when I went to go visit the campus, more or less than anything. But just from an outsider looking in, I probably just choose Michigan.
Well, say he gonna be in Ann Arbor. But say he ain't worried about Pennsylvania.
Couple other good games. You had Oregon State and Arizona. Oregon State failed. They was number 11 in the nation. Arizona beat them 27-24.
Arizona?
Yep. You know who showed up again? Noah Fafita, the same guy that was showing up against USC. He threw 275 yards. Oh, Notre Dame Pittsburgh. It was a washout, bro. Notre Dame won 58-7. Wasn't much of a rival.
58%. I just said that was a rivalry game.
It is a rivalry game, but I mean, obviously Pitt ain't got it this year.
I don't know the last time Pitt had it.
Man, Pitt be putting together some good teams. Number 20 Duke and number 18 Louisville played against each other, and Louisville dominated them 23-0.
Oh my God.
And then number 17 North Carolina, they played Georgia Tech, and they lost to Georgia Tech, bro.
Hey.
46-42. Drake made 310 yards though.
Hey, Drake may look good, but he didn't have some tough losses these past 2 weeks.
They just missing the other players, bro. They missing the other players, you know.
But the crazy part is they still gonna win they not gonna win the ACC. It's gonna be Florida State, huh? Yeah, it's gonna be Florida State. Because I forgot, Clemson is done.
Well, they gotta play for it, huh?
Like I said.
You don't think they can beat them? They can somehow beat them. They can somehow beat them, bro.
Who? North Carolina?
Yeah, they can somehow beat Florida State in the conference championship.
I don't know about that one. I got to see that to believe that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got to see that one to believe that one.
See, Colorado lost to UCLA 28-16. I seen that coming. USC barely beat Cal 50-49. I didn't see that one coming. I remember I was like, man, they gonna dominate. I thought they was gonna dominate.
We have analyzed and broke down Caleb Williams' game for the past 3 weeks now?
Caleb Williams did throw 369 yards.
Yeah, but he threw it against a team that, when was the last time Cal had a winning record? My point is that.
I don't know. So far, let's see.
He shouldn't be struggling with the team like Cal.
I mean, I'm going to put it this way. When you look at the man statistically, bro, like statistically looking at his stats, this week he had 369 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions. Last week he had 256 yards passing, 0 interceptions, 0 TDs. Against Notre Dame, he had 199 yards passing, 1 TD, 3 interceptions. Arizona, he had 219 yards passing, 1 TD, no interceptions. Colorado, he had 403 yards passing, 6 TDs, 1 interception. I mean, overall, he's thrown 2,646 yards on the season, 25 TDs, 4 interceptions with an 82 quarterback rating.
All right. So you know who else had great stats like that in college?
Who?
Jamarcus Russell. You know who else had great stats like that in college?
Who?
Johnny Manziel. You know who else had great stats like that in college?
Who, though?
Zach Wilson. So what did all three of them have in common?
Great stats in college.
And
Bust.
first round picks. And go ahead and say it. What did they turn out to be in the NFL?
Losers.
Oh. Ding, 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 ding. Losers.
I can't really call Zach Wilson a loser this year, though, but...
Stop it. Let me tell you something. Every day he go back in that locker room, he buying Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson a brand new car.
This guy.
Stop.
Man.
Stop. The real question is, what car are they getting this week? Huh? Because he not showing up in them games. You really think it was Zach Wilson that beat the Giants? No. No, it was not. Hey, Jamarcus Russell still trying to get in the NFL right now. Johnny Manziel, hey, we don't know where he is. He probably out there doing some drugs somewhere. for all we know.
Yeah. Well,
Now, he
Iowa
couldn't
State
make it
beat
in the
Baylor.
USFL. But he won the Heisman. But boy, I tell you, boy, what a stain on the Heisman Trophy it is. They want to talk about Reggie Bush. All Reggie Bush did was take a house. He was actually talented. Johnny Manziel didn't know nothing. If anybody should be stripped of their Heisman Trophy, it should be him. Because he has done nothing for the sport but tarnish it and ruin it.
Well, it looks like you got it out for that guy, huh?
Hey, nah, he had it out for them. He the one who stole Poe Cleveland's money, stole their draft pick, and then they had the nerve to get desperate and draft Brandon Wheat the next year.
Man, you went all the way back with that one.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Oh,
It was so
how
horrible.
old was Brandon when he was like, what, 28? He was like 28.
Man, hey,
I
that was
just
what
he was just old already. I remember that.
Yeah, talking about he's already established. We can draft him. Stop.
He did play in the NFL for a little while.
Hey, so did Jamarcus Russell. So did Johnny Manziel. Everybody gets to play for a little while if you're a first round pick.
Hey, not for long, man. Not for long.
Yeah, we know the true. We know what the true meaning of the NFL means. Not for long.
Well, I tell you what, Dana Holgerson, he ain't got long because 41-0 loss to Kansas State is unacceptable in my book, and it should be in everybody else's book who's been sitting around acting like they're waiting for them to get better and for him to recruit these special players that he claimed that the 2024 recruiting class has sailed on by and is gone. And U of H ranks like 99 or something in the country when it comes to recruiting for their 2024 class. That's bad news when we're talking about the Big 12 and you made this Power 5 move. You knew you was going to the Power 5 and yet you did nothing. It doesn't matter if you couldn't recruit all the big dogs right away. You knew you was going this past year of all of them, and you should have done something to prepare for Power 5 play, especially when you was a Power 5 coach at West Virginia and you knew what the Big 12 had to offer as far as players and what kind of players and talent you was going to be going up against. You should have been prepared more than any of these other teams that joined the Big 12.
Man, you talk about me having it out for Zach Wilson and Johnny Manziel. Look how you just did Poe Dameron.
I ain't done. I'm not done yet. You know, I got some people to talk about. I got some things to cover as far as U of H is concerned. It's just a lot of things, man. And I'm just highly disappointed, to be totally honest, overall with the state of the team, bro. Like, you know.
No, I understand because honestly, they should not be 3-5. They should not be 3-5. They should have a way better record than that.
Should be way better than that. You know, it's
you got a quarterback that can play because Donovan Smith has been doing his part. Yes, he does have a couple of hiccups, but I feel like that's more because of the offense that he's in, not so much as this actual play itself. But there's a lot of things that he can improve. I feel like that's the same coach that took Geno Smith to a whole new level. And you have the same quarterback with that same kind of potential, and you don't even utilize it to its full capacity.
You know, and not only just that, he took a couple quarterbacks to a new level, you know, while they was in West Virginia.
Pat White.
Huh?
I remember Pat White, him and Steve Slayton. Like, he has a good track record. That's why I don't understand, like, why he's coming up short. And then, you look, I'm not trying to talk about the state of West Virginia, but let's be real. He kept West Virginia competitive for years in a state that nobody thinks about as far as football. And you telling me you can't, with all of this talent you have around you, you can't help elevate U of H? Stop it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I think Pat White and like Steve Slayton, they was like before he got there,
Oh, okay.
but he had some other quarterbacks that came through his little loophole, that was draft worthy and stuff. I can't remember all their names, but
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What was that dude, man? I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh my God. I think he played for the Cowboys for a little bit. Man, what is that dude's name? Uh, it's man, it's on the tip of my tongue, bro. I gotta go look it up, man.
I don't
I know
know.
exactly who you're talking about too.
I don't know. We have to go back and review that part. But yeah, bro, he had some other people come out, and they played decent. And honestly, like the quarterback play of all his teams has never really been bad. To be totally honest. I mean, I will say that it could be improved, but what quarterback can't improve, throughout the season or whatnot? Who's not gonna make mistakes? But when you go out there and you go 13 for 28 for 88 yards, one interception, no TDs, and you have 12 carries on the ground for 56 yards throughout the game, and you got 4 receptions for 49 yards, and those are your game leaders, you have a problem, bro. You have a big problem. It's a problem of not being prepared. It's a problem of not just putting in the time to even win the game. I don't want to hear about, oh, we watch film this many times a day, we practice this many times a day. Apparently, whatever they're doing, they're not doing it the right way. And whoever's giving them the directions on how to do it, they're not doing it the right way. So when we talk about all that shit circle back towards who? The head coach, man. The coaches on the team, the staff, the defense not stopping anything, and the players just giving up in the second half. That's because they're not buying into the program. Don't tell me that these players is all for it and all bought in, bro, because I looked at the game. I watched the game just like everybody else, and the players gave up in the second half. Like, I seen them just missing tackles on purpose at some, point of the game because they already knew it was over. Like, man, their game plan didn't work, bro. And the thing that was looking like it was thriving in the right direction was the run game, but they gave that up. They started trying to pass. The receivers was dropping balls. Like, it was just a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it was the coaching, but it was the players too. But more overall, I feel like it was the coaching. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect U of H to win this game. I didn't. I didn't expect them to go out there and win this game. But I did expect them to go out and put up a damn good fight, especially after they played UT the week prior, and I seen them go, toe to toe with UT, bro, and just got cheated on the first down, which could have stopped them from tying the game. And you tell me you go out to Kansas State and you lay an egg, bro, like that? 41-0? Oh, no. That's unacceptable, dog.
And then the crazy part is, if Texas and Kansas State play in the upcoming weeks, I guarantee
they play next week. Well, they play this week.
And it's going to be like, what?
Yeah, they play this week. So we get to see how good this Kansas State team is. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, Kansas State's a solid team. That's why I didn't expect U of H to win the game, because Kansas State, the things that they do on their offense, it was just, a destruction for U of H defense. It wasn't going to really work for them. The way they run the ball, the kind of offensive line they got number 50 Cooper BB out there just destroying U of H players. He getting the second and third level, bro, making plays, like putting boys in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't like Donovan Smith at this point.
Don't say that, bro.
I don't. His quarterback ratio, the amount of touchdowns and stuff like all that, it all looked good, but I just don't like his character right now. I don't like the way he carry himself, especially if they're down. Like, I feel like he was just a great face out there, bro. Like, he was just somebody just there just for the hell of it. He didn't look like he really cared, or he didn't look like he was enthusiastic about being in the game and trying to push for a win. It's like he kind of gave up too. I just don't see him as a leader of the team right now.
Wow.
trying to tell you,
That's
man.
painful.
I'm trying to tell you, I just don't see it, bro. You just can't go down 41-0. You know, I know they had a chance to kick the field goal and make it. When the dude lined up for the field goal, I already figured he was going to miss the field goal because I just been looking at how he been kicking the ball throughout the season so far, and it has not been good. I was surprised when he made that one field goal against UT. He kicked the ball so goddamn high. Shit, you know, I'm just saying, bro. I see it all, man. I see it all.
Yeah, I'm not. I noticed that. I know.
And from what I see from Dana, bro, it's not anything of a competitive coach that, you know what I'm saying. I don't see nothing that's going to be competitive out of him right now. You know, even just the way he carry himself, he don't carry himself like he want to be a winner or he is a winner. Not right now. The way he talk, it's just not. It's not enthusiastic. Like, do y'all really want to play for that, man? Do y'all really want to play for that? And, you know, I'm asking that, but it's obvious they don't want to play for that. 41-0. That's the results, nigga. That's the results. Yeah, I said it. I said the N-word. That's the results.
Oh, and I remember I looked up the quarterback. It was Will Greer. If you can turn Will Greer to a star, trust me, he can do a lot with Donovan Smith.
Yeah, you know, bro, I really don't understand with Donovan Smith. It's like he sits back there and everybody in college football or Big 12, whoever be looking at U of H, they can complain about the line and stuff like that, but the old line really ain't that bad, man. I see that dude sitting in that pocket for a while. It be way more than 3 seconds, bro. He just sit there, and he throw the ball and he make bad decisions. I'm telling you, man. Like, if he don't see his first 2 reads, 1, 2, 3, he needs to run. I don't understand why he don't run. You know what I'm saying? He 6'2", 241. It just don't make sense. Run the ball, bro. Run the ball. You was doing that at Texas Tech. Now all of a sudden you come to Houston. I know the scheme is a little different. The play is a little different. But at the end of the day, scrambling is scrambling. Run the ball.
All right, he might have some injuries that he ain't really just let on trying to keep his job. Because maybe the person behind him, he feel like that person can just take over the starting duties. He might get his job back because the team gonna get hot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But the person that's behind him got in the game and he just fumbled the ball right away. So I don't think he a threat either. Just looking at, you know, I had sent you all those comments that I had went back and forth. I don't know if you ever got to look at them.
Oh, I did.
Where I was going back and forth with this guy. It was Chris Pilot on Facebook.
Hey, that man say Holgerson is not the issue, man.
That's what he said. He also said that he got a whole lot more insight than me on football overall.
Oh, stop it.
So,
is he on the field? I don't
No, he ain't on the field. He used to be on U of H field back in 2005.
So he think he still got a pass. He think he can still just come in and just look around and just call the shots.
He was never calling any shots. Now, when I look at his stats, he was never calling any shots.
Oh man, don't skip Bayless, that man. Don't do it like that.
You know, I gave him the chance to get on the podcast. You know, to talk to me since he knows so much about football. 6'1", 215. He went to U of H from 2004 to 2008, I guess.
Okay.
Weak side defensive end. Man, let me find them stats, bro. Let me find them stats. Oh,
did you say 6'2", 215?
No, I think I said 6'1", 215, something like that.
And you said he was a defensive end?
Yeah, he was weak side defensive end.
Oh man.
Let's see. He played 10.
215. Bro, that boy sounded like a corner.
Hey, he played.
I thought you said that wrong, bro. I thought you said 6'1", 215, bro. That's a wide receiver, my guy. That's special teams play.
Yeah. 2005, he played 10 games. He had 2 solo tackles, 29 assists, and 31 total.
Okay.
He had a half.
That was his first year, right?
Yeah, his first year.
Okay.
He had like a half. Well, he had 2 yards for a loss, tackles for a loss.
Okay.
In '07, he played 13 games, 6 solos, 10 assisted tackles, 16 total. 1 tackle for a loss. 2008, he had 10 games he played in, 6 solos, 5 assisted tackles, and 11 tackles, and 1 tackle for a loss. Overall, he played 33 games. He had 14 tackles, 44 assists, 58 total tackles, and he had 2.5 tackles for a loss for 4 yards.
Okay. Is he coaching or?
Oh yeah, he's a coach. He's a coach at Temple High School in Temple,
Okay.
Texas. But first, let's talk about statistics. Just because you play college ball doesn't make you no expert of no football. It's people on TV, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, and many more that has never played a lick of football, and that's just fans of football and study the game, and they know more about the sport than he do. So just because he played college football doesn't mean that he know more than me about football. Just because I played high school football and I didn't decide to play college football, and somebody that may have never played football or played only middle school ball doesn't mean that I know more than them. If you study the sport, you know something. But sometimes it's sense is just not coming. This coach was Coach Pilot. His team is 1-8 right now in high school football. So you can't tell me that you are an expert of football or anything like that if your team is 1-8. You can't tell me that if you statistically as a player was not good. Usually, you either lean left or right. Usually, you either a bad player and a good coach, or you a good coach, and a good player or something like that, or you just average somewhere you even out. But this guy here, he said he got it all, overall. But
Man, this boy, he'll just cook this man
Well-
on national podcast, man.
no, I want him to get on the podcast. He also talked about, because his son played for U of H. He was a 4-star receiver. All right, first off, when we was in the comments, I didn't even know anything about Chris Pilot. Didn't know who Chris Pilot was. He had somebody else hop on and tell me that he said, "You don't know who you're talking to. This is former player of U of H, and he's a coach at Temple High School, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, okay, dude, I really don't care who he is. We just talking about football. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. I don't care if he was a goddamn politician. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we was all created equal. And we talking about football. So don't tell me about no expert this and expert that. When I look at everything that I can find on you, you ain't good at it. Okay, yeah, your son is a 4-star receiver, but he's redshirting right now, which is no problem. But I don't care about your son being a 4-star receiver that went to U of H either, because that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing. So, man, the whole point is, bro, don't sit up here and act like you a college football expert or any kind of expert or anything when it comes to talking about football, when I'm just simply stating the facts about this team. This team is in need of a new coach. This team is in need of highly better recruiting from high school, not just the portal. You can't just live off the portal because you don't know what you're getting out of the portal. So I don't want to hear about Dana Holgorsen having a good portal class, from last year, and then that he gonna do it again. No, bro. Go out and recruit. It doesn't make sense that you can't recruit well for this Houston team and you're in the Big 12, especially when we looked at other coaches that have came to Houston and used Houston as a stepping stone. and recruited very, very well within a 1 or 2 year span. Coach Tom Herman, uh, Tony Levine. Tony Levine, he really recruited the whole team for Tom Herman, and then Tom Herman was just a successor that took over all the good things that he left, by. So, even bro, we can even talk about Kevin McHale. I'm not Kevin McHale. What's his name, bro? Kevin Sumlin. It's the recruiting is ridiculous, man.
Man, you know what? I can't even lie to you, bro. I know not to ever make you mad because you just literally just cooked this man. Hey, he really got to come on the show right now and defend himself now because he really needs to.
Hey,
as of right now, my boy is looking horrible.
Hey, I told him to get on the show.
Horrible.
I invited him. He the expert. We can look at the stats. We can look at everything. We can go deeper into things. Whatever he want to do, man, or whoever want to get on the show. Everybody's welcome, bro. Everybody's welcome. It's a sport.
I know we equal opportunity. I'm not disputing that at all. I just know, hey, look, bro, you didn't have to turn the fire that high, bro.
I really had thought about it.
Like you didn't have to cook him like that.
I really had thought about it, but really, what really had bothered me is he said this one simple thing. He said, me and my son's skin is thick, and my son's skin is even thicker. And he's basically saying that he wouldn't let none of this nonsense that we was talking about bother him. That's a false accusation, my boy. Because if that was a fact, you would have never even said anything under my post. You would have just shut the hell up.
That's true.
So, your skin ain't thick enough. Now, your son's skin might be thicker because he ain't on the post. But then again, he a player, so he don't really have the right to just get up under the post and start talking like that. But hey, that's just how I feel about U of H, bro. U of H, like I said, overall, they got to do better. They need to get better real quick and real fast. Next week, they take on Baylor. I'm actually kind of hopeful. I actually feel like we actually got a shot against Baylor. Statistically, both teams are pretty much equal. And I think they might be able to pull it off at Baylor. But if they don't, it's really going to suck because they got Baylor, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, and UCF left on the schedule. I want them to be bowl eligible. Right now they're 3-5. If they can get to 6-6 or 7-5, that's a successful season for Dana Holgerson, and he looks a whole lot better in my picture. But man, if they only win, let's say 2 more games and they go like 5-7 or something like that, bro, he's gonna look real bad in my rear view.
He gotta get fired. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He gotta get fired.
Yeah. Last couple things, man. Rice Owls, they lost to Tulane 30-28. A real good fight for Rice, Tulane was ranked number 22 in the nation. Rice put up a damn good fight. But we already knew Rice was a solid team. And that's all I wanted to see out of U of H. I just want to see them be competitive. 41-0 is unacceptable, but 41-24 or something like that, I can respect that. At least I know we went out there and we fought. But, bro, 41-0, you just laid down and rape them. Let them rape you all the way, man. All the way.
Oh, my God. Not the rape reference.
I'm just hey, bro.
I'm going hard on this episode, man. Hey, look, I can't wait to play this one back and listen to this. Boy, this is a hell of a good time right here, man.
Nah, look, and just so everybody know, at the end of the college football season, I'm gonna do an episode just on Houston Cougar football, giving the state of the program and where we need to go and where we at. And whoever want to hop on and talk about U of H, man, y'all are more than welcome. That's for sure. But TSU, they lost to Southern, 23-17. It's becoming unacceptable, TSU. You and U of H, y'all need to partner up, bro. Get it together. Get it together, bro.
Hey, you know what? And I actually said that TSU had a chance to beat them, bro. Damn.
Hey, but look, the whole point is at least they put something on the board. You know what I'm saying? 23-17, they was right there. Oh, and then look, Look, they lost in overtime, bro. They lost in overtime. So, you know, hey, they fought. That's the whole point. They fought.
That is true, right? I'd rather fight and go down like that than just sit out there and just be ran over though.
Hey man, even PV fought, bro. They lost to Florida A&M 45-7. I said that was with their ass handed to them, 45-7. But they put
Bro,
7 on the
wait a
board.
minute, wait a minute, wait. That wasn't a fight.
It wasn't, but it's something on the board. Guess what? They didn't close out the game with nothing. They left with something. God damn. You know who won also? Houston Christian University. 17-13. They defeated Texas A&M Commerce, man. Them boys,
they actually having a good season.
yeah, bro. Them boys 4-4 right now. They take on Northwestern State next, but that game is canceled because Northwestern State has canceled their football program for the season after one of their student athletes was murdered. Sadly to say, I don't know the whole effect of how it affected the team and the state of the program, but they did cancel the football season. Hope the best for them. Prayers for Northwestern State. Hope they get on the right page. But I guess that's gonna be another dub in HCU pocket for this season, or I guess it's just not gonna be anything. Just gonna call it even.
My condolences to that player's family and to the school, Northwestern State, man. I didn't hear anything about that on the news, but either way, I'm still sorry that happened. Man, that was disheartening to hear.
Yeah, for real. Well, skipping Northwestern State, ACU will be taking on McNeese next, and that'll be on November 11th. So McNeese Cowboys, they're 0-7. ACU is 4-4, and I'm liking ACU chances of getting past 500. Man, I'm liking that. Go ACU.
I'm trying to tell you.
So we talked about that horrible week, week 9 of college football. Let's drop the quick predictions. We're gonna pass through some of the major games, and the first one that comes to my mind is UT and Kansas State playing against each other at UT, and UT being favored by 3.5 points. What do you think, bro?
Let me see. And you said they favored by how much?
3.5.
Oh man, I'm a big over under person too. So 3.5, that's not really nothing to really just move the needle. And it's college football, so you really don't know what type of mind state they really be in.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Kansas State gonna win the game.
Oh, hey, but if the over under is that low, and I think Texas is still in the top 10, hey, that might actually turn around to be a shootout. I'm after. Ooh, man, you got me in a rock and a hard place on that one.
Texas is ranked number 7 in the nation right now. I think Kansas State, they went up to number 25, or they're 23. 23. So it's a good game.
I know.
It's a good game. And just looking at that Kansas State offensive line, bro, I like their chances, man, to run the ball against UT and keep them off the field. But I would say this. I would ride with the line, though. I think the 3.5 is pretty reasonable based on how Kansas State play. If they could play some solid bend don't break defense against UT, I think the score will be around that 3.5 with the line being at 49.5. That's like 20, 25, 24 points, per team.
Is the line that low because who is the quarterback for UT right now? Is Ewert still playing?
No.
Or is he out for the season because of that shoulder injury?
I don't think he's out for the season, but he's out for an extended amount of time.
Okay.
So,
damn.
No telling, man. No telling.
Because after what Kansas State did last week, and then they only 5-2, and they've only lost to ranked teams. So this might be a good breakout game for them. Oh, that's a tough call right there.
So I say you're gonna have to glue your eyes to the TV on that one. You got Ole Miss and Texas A&M though. They play against each other as well. Ole
Uh,
Miss favored by 3 points.
Ole Miss,
Say Ole Miss.
yeah, Ole Miss gonna win that. Now, I know I've said some harsh things about Lane Kiffin in the past, but I know for a fact he can beat Jimbo. I know he can beat Jimbo.
Hey, the way Jimbo been coaching lately, man, I agree. It's hard to not. I mean, it's hard to roll with someone like that when he's not really like coaching well and stuff like that. To me, right now, him and Dana Holgerson is pretty much on the same level, bro. When you talk about it,
Oh no, Jimbo
quality of
gone
coaching.
after this year.
They both need to be gone after this year. No.
Yeah.
Let's see, man. Some other good games out there. You look at this schedule, bro. It's really not a lot. It's a lot of upside down ass games. But Oklahoma and Oklahoma State takes on each other, and that could be a real good one. Especially Oklahoma coming off that loss against Kansas, and the week before that they struggled against UCF. So I wouldn't be surprised if I seen Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma, and Oklahoma lose 2 straight.
Wow. I don't know about Oklahoma losing 2 straight, but
Oklahoma State 6-2. They 6-2. They at home, but Oklahoma is favored to win by 6 points, so by a touchdown. You got Penn State and Maryland. I'll ride with Penn State on that one.
Well, I don't really know too much about Maryland, man. I just know they have like these wild uniforms they wear every now and then they just every now and then they may have like 1 or 2 like shock victories, but other than that, you don't really hear nothing else about them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I can agree. They're not really a team that you really follow and focus on, and I don't think they never have been or will be.
Yeah.
BYU plays West Virginia. BYU still trying to, knock off somebody else. Both teams 5-3. West Virginia at home, favored by 12 points. I don't know about the 12-point spread. I know BYU got blown out by UT last week, and for that, I think BYU somehow goes into West Virginia and get a victory.
Man, I'm not trusting nothing that come out of BYU. I just said this a million times. The only way I'm gonna trust BYU, and I probably still would trust them then, they gotta be number 1 in the NCAA. They gotta be undefeated, and they gotta have probably the number 1 and number 2 Heisman candidates, bro. Talk about quarterback and wide receiver, or quarterback and defensive end or something. No.
Yeah.
No. Nobody's saying like, hey, I want to go to Brigham Young. No. No one's saying that.
They not, but they might start saying it since they in the Big 12 now. Things gonna change. People gonna change.
I'm not going to Mormonville, USA.
You wrong for that, man. You wrong for that.
No, nothing against because I feel like the rules at that school is probably different, because I feel like you're gonna be running into people who like you out there on their little pilgrimage, and you coming across a offensive lineman who like 31 years old, or I just want to play for the school because it was my destiny and all that. Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Hey, what you think about this game though? You got Washington and USC facing off against each other. Undefeated Washington versus 7-2 USC. USC at home, but Washington is favored by 3 points.
Let me tell you something. If Michael Penix Jr. can't get this one done, he ain't got to worry about the Heisman, bro. This is a must-win game for Washington. So the pressure is more on Washington than it is on USC. USC don't have nothing to worry about. They already lost 2 times. They're not playing for the national title. But Washington still has a chance.
They do. especially since they ranked number 5, and I think another big victory would put them right in the spot to be in place for the college football playoff.
And then what we also know too, Michigan and Ohio State, they have to cancel each other out.
That's true.
That might help them out too. Then again, they might be able to. One of those teams still might be able to get in with one loss because they are a more powerful ranked. Like school. They wild for that though. I honestly feel like they need to stop doing that. But they can't control it because they have to play each other. But it's crazy that you got two teams not only in the top 5 every year for the past 3 years, they be like 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 every year. So they just cancel each other out. I was like, damn, bro.
But hey, it makes for good football,
It does. But it's like shit. But I guess you know what? I can't be mad at it because when the SEC do it, we don't say nothing. But then when the Big Ten do it, now it's an issue.
Yeah, because look, I was gonna ask you, do you think that's gonna be the game of the week, or do you think this is gonna be the game of the week? LSU versus Alabama. You got.
Man, hold on. That's a damn good question because it's like.
Yeah, because you got 6-2 LSU.
They have shown signs of actually playing good, and they just dominated the crap out of somebody. I think like a week or 2 ago. Mm-hmm. But I know Alabama need these wins, and this will be a good showing if LSU can go out here and get this done. Man, that's a good question.
Yep, and LSU is Bama. Bama is favored to win by 3 points.
Honestly, I'm gonna still give it to Washington because we still don't know what Washington is capable of. Yeah, they beat Oregon, but at the same time, USC still has something to prove, and Washington really needs his win because I honestly feel whoever wins out of Alabama and LSU, neither one of them playing for a national title. They'll play for a great bowl game, but they're not playing for no national title. One of those, Washington has a chance to get in.
I can agree. Washington got a shot, got a little slim shot. Especially if they beat USC, bro, and they can finish out, winning the remaining games of the season. By the way, let's just kind of see who they got left. They got USC, then they take on Utah, and then they got Oregon State and Washington State. Man, that's tough, bro. That's tough. I don't know. I mean, of course, if they win out, they're gonna be in the playoffs. But the question is, can they win out? That's a tough last 4 games of the season.
Ooh, God damn. That's their remaining schedule?
Yep. USC, Utah, Oregon State, Washington. 3 of those teams is ranked.
Shit.
And Washington State, that's their rivalry, so that's going to be the toughest game of them all.
Yeah, it is.
Especially, looking at, let's see, Washington State, they 500 right now. They 4-4, and possibly by the time the end of the season, they might be like, let's say, they might win 2 more games, so they might be like 6-5 or something like that. Bro, they ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? They already know they going to a bullshit bowl, and they got Washington coming in. If we can mess up their season, why not? I think Washington gonna lose, man, in the next 4 weeks.
Man, I hope not. But it's like, honestly, I see it too, but I just don't know who they gonna lose to.
Yeah, I don't know which one of them teams they're gonna lose to, but one of them teams gonna give them a problem. That's for sure.
That's the crazy part. Like, they're gonna lose, not to say like because not because they not good, but just because it's like
it's tough.
You really they just got a tough ass schedule.
Yeah, man. Let me see. Other game of this week is Oregon State and Colorado. they play against each other. Colorado at home, Oregon State favored by 13 points. That's very possible, you know. Oregon State.
It's way more than possible. It's gonna happen.
I don't know, but you know, I think that's a game that can go either way. I haven't seen a whole lot of Oregon State, but I know they've been playing solid football and they ranked. And Colorado, they be up and down. So I think they'll be competitive, but they'll probably end up losing the game in the second half.
Only thing about that, we already know that the only thing that we know for sure, Colorado gonna play in the bowl whether they got a winning record or not. That's the crazy part. They gonna play with a bowl just because of Coach Prime.
Yep. Facts.
It's the Houston Sports Connoisseurs. Don't forget to seek, listen, and learn to be a sports connoisseur just like me.
The Sports Connoisseur, D-Raw.
Uh-oh. Your favorite passer. Oh, you know I got to rub it in one time for you, man. Hey, remember when you said the Jaguars wasn't going to beat them Steelers, man? I just want you to just remember that, you know. Just want to remind you who came out on top.
Hey, I guess y'all turned the page, you know, so far this season. Y'all looking a lot better. I give it to you. Y'all
What I am disappointed.
Y'all running away with the division too.
But damn that, bro. What the hell happened in Carolina this past Sunday?
Man, conservative play calling on the offense.
Hey, what?
I actually seen a few things out of Houston in that game. They didn't play a bad game overall.
It's just,
but
they was not aggressive at all. Like they just knew they had.
Yeah, on the offensive side, they wasn't aggressive, and they didn't stretch the field. They didn't really try to hit their targets deep, you know. And I think that's what caused them the game. Besides that, I mean, let's look at the stats, bro. Like, you know, I don't know, bro. I'm not really too sure Dameon Pierce at this point. I really don't think he's a good fit for this offense, and they're really gonna have to go find somebody else that can kind of like fulfill that spot, you know, besides Devin Singletary. But I would say it's a good thing and a bad thing. Dameon Pierce will be injured this week, so he won't start this upcoming game against Tampa Bay. But, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate, but seeing Devin Singletary get more carries and get the most carries, we get to kind of see where the offensive, line look like with Singletary back there. Does he hit the hole a little bit better? Do he get more yards per carry? Do he do better than Dameon? I mean, from what I've seen in the Carolina game, I would say yes. He looks better. He looks more patient behind the line, and he does better at making people miss than Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce, he hits the hole hard. He's not patient through the line of scrimmage, and I think that's what hurts him the most. If he was a little bit more patient, better at making the running backs make people miss, he would look a whole lot better. But in this offensive system, since it's not a power run system at this point, I think it's really taking a toll on where he's going in his career with the Houston Texans at this point.
Man, look, I don't really feel like Dameon Pierce is the issue. Yes, he's been struggling, but, you know, y'all still trying to find consistency with the O-line, too. Because
that's true.
I think
that's
right
true,
now y'all trying to find something where y'all can actually run block and pass block.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to say this.
What that's tougher, though.
I'm going to say this. I was disappointed in how Laramie Tunsil played in that game overall. Just seeing how he allowed, what's his face, Brian Burns to dominate him off the pass rush. I seen him give up a sack easily to Brian Burns, you know. I expect more out of Laramie Tunsil, especially when you're the highest paid left tackle in the NFL. I expect you to be a better pass protector. You know. I think a lot of stuff, man, it was play calling though. Like Tank Dell coming back, Robert Woods being out, and Tank Dell, getting 3 carries for 15 yards. This is pretty crazy, bro. Like they could have gave them carries to somebody else. I didn't really mind them doing like the little receiver screens and reverse and stuff like that, but I think they was doing it a little too much, and it wasn't effective. And then like handing the ball off to Andrew Beck, the fullback. The first time it worked, but the second time it was like, come on now, man. It's the best thing you could draw up. Just they have to do better, bro, with the play calling. It wasn't aggressive enough from Bobby Slowick, and I just think that's what
I told you. I told you he was sus to me ever since that. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen this play calling strategy, I told you he was sus to me.
I don't think he's suspect or anything. I just think that he a rookie coordinator under a rookie head coach with a rookie quarterback.
At the end of the day, bro, by week, what is this, week 8, week 9, bro, you know what kind of offense you got. You know what you have. You know what you can get away with. You know what your quarterback is capable of. You know what plays work and what plays don't. Because I didn't see Damian Pierce look good, and I didn't see Damian Pierce look like he don't even know what's going on in the offense.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it, like they need to run more sets that's like 3 receiver, 4 receiver sets with a tight end. Like Dalton Schultz should be on the field a little bit more, and he should be running more routes to get open, and he should be that third down savior more times than not, and I'm not seeing that right now. But overall, like I think that's why they lost the game. I would like to know what the Texans would look like with Stingley out there. Maybe they would have got the stop against Carolina in the fourth quarter. Maybe maybe not. But I think they would have looked a little bit better. But hey, we'll see. We will see. Some of the other games, Tampa and Buffalo, they played against each other. Buffalo won 24-18. Dallas dominated against the LA Rams 43-20. Green Bay lost once again to Minnesota 24-10 after Kirk Cousins was probably having the best season of his career. He gets injured and now he's out for the season. Will Levis, he came in relief of Ryan Tannehill.
It's about time. Thank God. He really, you listened to the podcast last week, didn't you? You knew you was on that chopping block, didn't you? I told you. They was coming for you, Mike Vrabel. That's why you threw him in. You already knew.
Hey, the team do look a whole lot more competitive now, bro, that Will Levis is out there.
D-Hop site. Mark, let me tell you something. We had it. They had it all last week, man. Them boys came alive in them Oilers jerseys, man.
Yeah, hell with that bullshit. Yeah, I said that. That's BS right there. Because how you gonna do a cease and desist on the University of Houston for wearing the Oilers colors and Houston Oilers like design uniforms, and they not even an NFL team. But not only that, they didn't wear the Oilers logo. So that's, to me, the only thing that you can really patent and really try to find somebody over. Another thing is that, you know how many teams out here that wear similar colors and similar schemes? Like, look at Iowa University and the Steelers. They look similar. Look at
they told the Rockets they can't wear those blue ones anymore either. That's why they changed it. That's why the city jerseys, they changed them again. They turned to the Phi Slamma Jamma.
I seen that. I gotta see what they look like when they put it on. Actually, I don't know if I'm really liking it so far.
They not bad. I've only seen it in white so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, bro. Only thing like about white jerseys, I'm never really impressed. If a jersey is white, I always like to see like a full color jersey, like a blue jersey, red jersey, with white accents and stuff like that. But a white jersey with other color accents, it just seems so plain to me.
Yeah, because white isn't a color that really just stands out unless you have on all white what nobody else does. That's the only way white stands out to me. You got to be the only person in the room with white on.
Yeah. Yeah. New Orleans beat Indy 38-27. That helped the division some. Miami beats New England 31-17. And
They
yeah,
gonna
Jacksonville. What you said, man?
Man, Miami gonna lose this week because every time I need them to beat a decent team,
They
they can
play.
they can beat all the scrubs.
They play the Chiefs this
The
week.
scrubs is decent, bro. They not beating the Chiefs.
I think they're gonna beat them. You know why? I just feel like Tyreek Hill and them got something to prove, and it's really gonna be a good game. That might actually be a good game. I think it's gonna be a shootout because neither one of them
I
really
thought
just.
it'd be a shootout with Philadelphia. I was wrong.
Nah, I ain't seen no shootout with them. Philly got a damn good defense, bro. Especially in that front line. I ain't expecting no shootout. But New York, they played against each other. Jets pulled off 13-10 overtime. Zach Wilson 240 yards. You
Hey,
know,
and I wanted to tell you too, you disrespectful, dog, because you called that Tyrod Taylor injury, and sure enough,
I told you, man. I told you Tyrod Taylor's gonna get hurt. That's all he do. Every year he signed up for another year with another team. He play about 2 or 3 games. He play amazing, and then he get a little rib injury, and he's out. I hate to say it, but that's what his career has come to. He's out. He's sitting on the bench. He's gonna make his money either way though, so it doesn't really matter. Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, y'all did get the win, 20-10. Lucky y'all.
hey, appreciate it. I know it hurts for you to say that, bro. That we the best team in the AFC South, bro. But it is what it is, bro.
It's hard for me to say y'all the best, but the record shows that y'all are. But I don't know about best. We'll see. Philly played Washington. They won 38-31. The last 2 games that they played against each other has been very, very close. And every time I watch Washington play football, they're always very competitive. Sam Howell had 397 yards, bro. And they decided to blow up the team and get rid of both of their main pass rushers. I just feel like that was the most stupid, crazy shit they could do. You know,
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. You know,
like how do you get rid of Chase Young?
I really thought it was gonna be one or the other because it's like, okay, Chase has been injury prone. Okay, good. You want to deal him anyway. I told you the Texans should have traded for Chase Young because they only gave him away for like a third and a fifth.
Yeah, that was my point. I was really heated when I heard about that, man. And then Montez Sweat, he went away for a 2nd-round pick. They could have got him. Montez Sweat, my bad. But yeah, they could have got him, bro. Like,
Man, they could have got either one of them because that was a low price for all that potential that both of them offered. That was a very low price, and they're gonna give you instant pass rush help. But you know the rich keep getting richer. The only thing I can honestly say about San Francisco right now, what are they gonna do with all of this talent?
they'll figure it out.
Building up all this talent just to stop the tush push in Philadelphia.
They'll figure it out. That's what I will tell you. That they will figure it out. Oh, and Joshua Dobbs, he got traded to Minnesota, so I guess he's going to be the new relief for Kirk Cousins. I wonder how their season going to go after that trade.
So you know what's crazy to me about that trade? Why did the Cardinals trade their starting quarterback? He must have been really out there trying to win. They told him, don't do it.
I don't know, man. But you know they're going to put in what's his name that was at U of H? Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune will be the new starting quarterback, so I'm kind of happy for that because you know he a former Cougar and I want to see what he gonna do.
Yeah.
And when
I do want to see it, but
when is
that's just crazy to me, man.
But when is Kyler Murray
they
coming back though?
away the quarterback who kept them competitive in the game.
Yeah. But my question is like, when is Kyler Murray gonna return? Because I thought he was returning soon.
Oh no, that boy said he is not playing at all. He said, I'm not playing for a team that's losing like that. I'm not going to go out there and get hurt.
He didn't say all that, bro.
Yeah, he said it.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be some interesting games going down the line because of these trades that happen. Um, Cleveland, they lost to Seattle. Geno Smith 254 yards passing. Kansas City lost to Denver in a 24-9 blowout. Patrick Mahomes 240 yards passing. I actually like what I seen out of Denver. It looked like they getting on the right page all of a sudden. Sean Payton doing something.
They just expose Patrick Mahomes for what he really is, bro. He is nothing without Eric Bieniemy.
Wow. You really gonna go there? Is that what you really think?
Yeah, look at the offense. Look at the offense as a whole this year. They're talking more about the Chiefs' defense than they're talking about the Chiefs' offense. Let's just be serious.
Well, that's because they ain't really got no receivers, bro.
But they just traded back for McCole Hardman, somebody who was already in their system. Plus, they swore up and down that Sky Moore was the all right answer and replacement to Tyreek Hill. Now all of a sudden they need a receiver, and they didn't make any moves for all those receivers available at the trade deadline.
Well, hey, they ain't the only team that didn't make no moves because the Texans ain't make a move either. And I feel like they could have went on either side of the ball, offense or defense, and made some kind of splash, bro. Just, get some kind of playmaker regardless. This was the time to do it, and they didn't take advantage of the time.
Maybe they feel like it wasn't necessary. They feel like they got like a good nucleus for what they got. They didn't want to bring nobody in. Now, pass rush is different because I feel like they needed somebody on the opposite end to complement Will Anderson Jr. That's why I feel like they should have traded for like Montez Sweat or Chase Young because that would have been a perfect, compliment to what he's trying to do.
He would have been a perfect compliment.
Double team a little bit easier.
Even if they had took one of them guys and they just like put him at linebacker and stood him up and made him play, a little bit different role, and they had Jonathan Grenard, Chase Young, and Will Anderson Jr., bro. That just would have been so much better, bro. So much better. But hey, I guess you live and you learn as a GM, huh, Nick Caserio?
I don't think he's gonna be there too much longer either.
Not if they don't continue to win. He won't. If they go down the wrong road, he gonna be gone. But Vegas and Detroit played against each other. Jared Goff 272 yards. Detroit won 26-14. Jahmyr Gibbs, bro, the boy had 152 yards rushing. I like what I see out of him, man, especially with Montgomery not being in. You really get to see what Gibbs have to offer. Why don't he start over Montgomery? It doesn't really make sense to me. But after this game, it should make a whole lot of sense to the Lions.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Like, it was so many moves that could have been made, and I feel like the only team that made moves were the teams that didn't need to make any at all, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, it's week 9, NFL, and your first game is probably going to be the best game of the day. From Frankfurt, you got Miami and Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 1.5, and the line is 50.5. I think I'm gonna take the over on both.
That ain't bad.
And
I would take the over on that too, only because I feel like they're gonna be in Germany, they're gonna be in Frankfurt. It's the first time they really got to experience real American football, and I feel like all teams finna go all the way out. I feel like Mike McDaniel's finna open up the playbook. I feel like Andy Reid finna open up the playbook all the way because he gotta get his quarterback back on track. The worst thing that can happen right now is if Tua go out there and just drop the ball.
yeah, I don't think Tua gonna do that. I think it's gonna be a competitive game all the way through. I'm actually gonna ride with the Dolphins though. I think the Dolphins gonna win, bro.
Man, I want to say that, but I just don't see it, man.
We'll see. I'm taking Dolphins by 1.5. Atlanta and Minnesota face off against each other. I'm gonna take the Falcons in that one by 3.5.
Yeah, because they're gonna get ran all over because they still don't have no defense in Minnesota. If you're gonna trade for Josh Dobbs, you should have found a way to give. You should have found a way to bring in some pass rush help. If you're not gonna do nothing, well, then again, they were still trying to trade Daniil Hunter too. So I don't really know what's going on with that either.
Man, that team is kind of like in a midlife crisis right now, bro. They're gonna have to probably either find some young talent to like electrify their team, or they're gonna have to kind of like blow it up and just start over. In my opinion. Rams and Packers play against each other. Packers need this win a lot more than the Rams do, so I'm gonna ride with the Packers.
Man, look, I'm not riding with the Packers because I don't like that comment they put out about Jordan Love.
What they said about Jordan Love?
They already said they don't feel like he's gonna be the answer. They already like weighing in their options on next season on somebody else.
That's possible. I can see it. I'm gonna be honest. I mean,
Yeah, but you gotta realize, Aaron Rodgers didn't show him shit.
He probably didn't. Then again, he probably did. I mean, we really don't know. But he's been there for 4 years. How much do you really need him to show you? You just need to go perform at this point. I mean, that's what I think. Seattle and the Baltimore Ravens face off against each other as well. Ravens favored by 6.
Be a good ass game.
Who you think gonna win?
I feel like the Ravens are gonna win, but I need to see Seattle's defense step up. Even if they don't get the victory, I want to see if they can actually bring all this young nucleus together to make a new Legion of Boom.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think is going to play better at the quarterback position?
Now, we talking about passing or we just talking about overall?
Overall.
Oh, it's going to be Lamar.
Think Lamar going to play better?
Oh, yeah.
I think whoever played better at the quarterback position win the game in this one. Especially if they got to put it through the air.
I'm trying to tell you.
Colts play Panthers. Panthers home again. I think the Colts going to win the game. I don't see the Panthers winning 2 games back to back. They got lucky against the Texans.
They got lucky against Houston. Hey, I told you. I swear that team was supposed to go 0-17, bro.
I don't see no 0-17, but yeah, they got lucky, bro. But you know what? Only thing I could say is that they made some adjustments while they was on their bye week, and they came out looking like a much better team. I'll say that. Giants and Raiders. Raiders have their first game without Coach McDaniels being at the helm. McDaniels got fired, and they're favored by 2 points against the Giants at home.
By the time the Raiders did something right, Mark Davis finally stepping up as an owner and realizing that, hey, the GM sucks, the coach sucked, he ruined my team. Hey, it's time for him to go. It's the truth. He ruined the team.
I think they're gonna win. Only reason I say that because I seen how they was kind of buying in back into the team and stuff after they fired him. So maybe this is gonna get the Raiders on the right page. I don't know about them benching Garoppolo though, but
yeah, he did right. Because guess what? Because Antonio Pierce is the head coach. Now let me give you a quote from the coach himself to let you know that he's really ready to get out here and do his thing. Now this is the first thing he said in his first press conference. The boy said, I'm a former player. I touch former players. I can relate to them. They're going to feel me. I need to feel them. That was the worst introduction for a new head coach I've ever heard in my life.
Well, yeah,
but at the same time,
because when you say it like that, it sounds like something else.
that's what it's like. Look, I'm gonna send it to you right now. Just you don't think I'm out here just joking around. The man said, "I'm a former player. I touch former players. I can relate to them. They're going to feel me. I need to feel them." Bruh, he should have been fired right after that.
Nah, they ain't gonna fire him. But I think
They should have fired. They should have fired Antonio Pierce right after that.
I think they're gonna be in a much better position. But this
Oh,
Dallas
no,
and
I'm all for it, but I know I'm just joking around with him and everything. But goddamn.
yeah, but this Dallas and Philly game is gonna be a game to watch. I think this might be the game of the week. Of course, they always gonna mark it off like that because it's Dallas. But it might actually be a pretty good game.
Man, that boy. Let me tell you something. That boy Dak finna go out there and fuck up.
He might. Philly favored by 3 points at home though, so Vegas ain't expecting it to be a blowout.
That's because both of these teams are very, very close as far as like defense. Honestly, this might sound crazy, and I know, I'm not really a Dallas fan at all, but I pay attention to football. I really feel like in this game, Dallas has the defensive advantage. Normally, I would never say that.
You really think Dallas got a defensive advantage?
Philadelphia's defense is completely stacked. But I really feel like the acquisitions that Dallas made over the offseason and just the years, coming, I really feel like they have the better defense than Philadelphia this year.
Nah, bro, I don't see it.
I'm telling you.
Now when we talking about the front seven from Philly, I just don't see it. And they still got Darius Slay at the corner position. I don't know who else they got at DB and up top, but just looking at them, I don't see it, man. I think Dallas gonna lose this game. It might be a close game, and rightfully so. Dallas could pull it off, but I think Philly gonna win the game. But Cincinnati and Buffalo, they play against each other Sunday night. That could be a good one too. And how many primetime games are they gonna give Buffalo? I swear I haven't seen them boys on primetime about 6 times already.
Bro, they gonna keep giving Buffalo all them primetime games because not only is Josh Allen, they trying to make him and Patrick Mahomes the face of the face of the NFL. Those two people. But they really trying to make Buffalo a marketable city.
Well, it ain't gonna never be a big market, but they getting that new stadium, so they trying to make up for their loss.
But they'll never have a Super Bowl in the cold, and they damn sure ain't gonna never have a Super Bowl in Buffalo.
True.
Never.
True that they don't have
that shit over with. Once they had that in New York or New Jersey, whatever it is, it was a wrap after that. Nobody was going out there to actually be out there.
Yeah.
I'm not partying in the cold like that.
Well, Monday night is the Chargers and Jets.
Oh, that's whack.
Chargers favored by 3.5, but
they need to be favored by more than that. But you know what? The defense has been carrying them all season.
I was about to say,
the Chargers gonna charge. So
yeah, I was about to say I could see the Jets pulling it off, bro. Just thinking about the defense of the Jets against the Chargers offense. I could see Justin Herbert having a couple of mess ups in the game and putting the Jets in position to win the game. But hey man, that's a wrap on the NFL talk, bro. Predictions is out. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the Houston Texans and Tampa a little later. Right now, I'm gonna ride with my Texans, but I'll go into a little more detail a little later about that. Stay tuned for that.
I feel like it's gonna be a good week. I don't really see too many, upsets or surprises, but we actually it's gonna be some good games out there that's gonna catch you off guard. You be like, damn, I really didn't see that coming.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think so too. I think on both sides, college and NFL, we're gonna see some games like that this week, especially because we really get into that latter part of the season where things starting to really become a little bit more important in college.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can see that too.
so it's about to be good. Talking about the Texans, man. I like the Texans' chances against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers only because C.J. Stroud is an amazing quarterback at a young rookie age. And when you got a rookie like Stroud, you always got a chance. When you got someone like Tank Dell, you always got a chance. So I'm always give them a fighter's chance in any game against any team in the NFL. I like what our defense do. They bend but don't break. Um, Man, they just play amazing sometimes. But this is all about coaching. Like the game against the Panthers, we failed because I feel like coaching let us down. As far as like aggressive play calls and stuff on offense, but also just the offensive line needing to like make plays when we really really need them and they don't. So that's all I could really say about this Texans game. But I will say this: I got the Texans winning this game, of course, because I'm a ride for my team. But I think it's going to be a very tough game for us to win for sure. Um, if we can split that NFC South division in half and get 2 victories out of it, and we got those 2 losses, that's a win for us. And to get back to 500, that's even better, especially when we got to face off against Cincinnati the next week. And it's going to be away in Cincinnati. So hopefully the Texans pull that one off for sure. Now, I wanted to move on and I want to talk about baseball. Unfortunately, the Astros had a loss against the Rangers in the ALCS. The Rangers prevailed and went to the World Series, won the World Series easily against the Arizona Diamondbacks because I don't even see what part of the World Series was actually competitive. Nobody watched this World Series, man. Nobody was interested. It was the Texas Rangers. It was the least watched World Series ever, as far as I know. And I can tell you, I was not one of the watchers. I was not cheering on the Rangers. I didn't care if they won or they lost. I didn't even want to see them celebrate winning their World Series. Number two, your boy Adolis Garcia. He on them roids, man. He on them roids. The Rangers know it. We all know it. He did it. He done it. But hey, they won. They get their first World Series. Sounds pretty rigged to me. I know y'all always want to talk about cheaters, but I think the cheaters are the Rangers. I know they've been tearing it up. Last month or so they was tearing it up. Earlier, in earlier parts of the year, in baseball. But man, for them to just turn it on the way they did and go out and win the World Series, for the very first time, in the way they did it, in the fashion they did it, I just can't believe they did it, man. But hey, congrats to their baseball team. They got a win, but I bet you that team don't be half as competitive as they was this year, next year. I promise you. Watch. If they are, hey, then you let me know. But man, as far as Astros, I'm very very disappointed, highly disappointed because I felt like they had multiple chances to win and get to the World Series. You know, uh, three games they won straight, 2 games at home, and all they needed was a win. All they needed was a couple hits, some solid pitching, and boom, we would have been in the World Series, and we probably would have easily dominated Arizona Diamondbacks, especially the way the Texas Rangers did them. But hey, everything happens for a reason. We move on from Dusty Baker. He's retired. I could say in some ways I'm happy to part ways with him, but in some ways it's kind of sad because he's a damn good manager for baseball, Hall of Fame manager, Hall of Fame baseball player. So you gotta tilt your hat to Dusty Baker for doing what he do. But also at the same time, I'm kind of happy because we get the opportunity to get someone new in there, maybe someone younger with newer ideas, better ideas to just flourish and make the team play a little different and make some of the correct moves when needed. I think analytics can play a huge part in the success for the Astros moving forward as well as it always has. But I think Dusty Baker kind of fell off the analytic trend because of his coaching style. But getting someone new in there, young or just middle age, and just know what they're doing with some new ideas, I think won't hurt the Astros, especially with a dominant team that we have, a nice lineup. We can get another outfielder, a couple more pitchers, and we're back where we at again, and I think we'll be back in the World Series. Most definitely need some pitching, though, by far. And if we can get another contact hitter, because I don't know if we're going to get some of those players back. But man, I'm very proud of the Astros to keep, staying on a trail that they've been on. They're trending upward as usual. And they're doing something at a Hall of Fame level that no other baseball team has really done besides the Braves. And I don't even think the Braves won. I think they won maybe one championship, but they haven't won multiple. And if the Astros can get 3 out of this dynasty of a team, I call that a complete success. But even with 2, I'm happy. But, man, to do it 3 times, that's even better, Moving on. I want to talk about the Rockets, man. The Rockets are back. The NBA is back in action. Right now, we're sitting where I think we're like 1-3 or something like that. We beat the Hornets. I did watch the Hornets game. Oh no, we beat the Hornets and we beat the Kings, and we as a team are starting to figure out how we're going to succeed, how we can defend well, but also, push the ball around and let everybody kind of touch it. And, when Jalen Green has good games, when he's putting up 23 points, Van Vliet's 22, and 11 assists, you got to tip your hat to that because that's winning basketball. When we out there, making plays on the defense, and when you got Alperen Sengun in the paint making plays, man, you just got to tip your hat to that because that's just what we expect out of our team, especially with a young squad. We're expecting to do things big, and hopefully we could just stay on the right track. It's still early, but I have a big NBA discussion about the Rockets probably coming up in a couple weeks, after we get maybe about 15 to 20 games in under the belt, and then we can really just kind of have a full breakdown on where this team stand and where it look like they're going. Like I said earlier, man, I got a couple breakdowns coming up. We got the Texan breakdown coming up. Me and my boy Charles will be back on again to talk about them again, and just really just break down where the team is statistically, where they're going, and what we like and what we want to see, and talk about possible playoff contention if we can get there or if we can't, But Houston Cougars, I'm gonna definitely talk about that. I'm gonna try to get somebody on that really has some Cougar knowledge, just like me, and we can let it fly and go from there. But MLS action, man. Let's talk about the Houston Dynamo. If someone listening and they really follow the Dynamo, man, get at me because your insight is a whole lot better than mine because I really don't watch the Dynamo because they really don't be on TV like that. But I will tell you this. Dynamo are in the playoffs. They won the first game against Real Salt Lake. They will have a second game on Monday night against Real Salt Lake. And I think that game will actually be played in Real Salt Lake. Dynamo won 2-1 the first game, and it's a best-of-3 series. So if the Dynamo can go out to Salt Lake City and get the second dub, they'll move on to the second round. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing the Dynamo succeed. That's one of the teams in the city, that carries championships for sure. So for them to go get some more championships added to their trophy collection, hey, I'm all for it, Let's go, baby. Other than that, man, people, I appreciate y'all for listening to another episode of the Houston Sports Connoisseurs. I'm always trying to do it big for y'all, trying to put some more things together. Just keep listening, man, because I'm finna have a lot of people coming in and dropping their knowledge as well with me and giving their opinions because it's about to get good. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, show the love, baby.